What up everybody, Grom-trooper here, and today the first project is fixing the Hyperflash issue. So like I said in my last video, I'm gonna try and make this a little easier for you guys. I got the plug disconnected from the relay, my bob box, whatever the fuck it's called down in there, so I could actually have it up here and working with it. And this brown wire and this purple wire are the ones that we are concerned with for our turn signals, so I'm gonna dive in with those. And then over here I've got the parts, I've got some spade connectors, the two relays that I got, which I will link these down in the video description. I got some heat shrink, and yeah, I'm gonna go to town, and first thing I'm gonna do is cut both of those wires in the middle here. I'll snip these, and then if I can fucking frame it, you fuck, I'll cut these. I'll put the spade connectors on there, and then I'll explain the wiring of how the relays themselves go in there, because the relays are going to go in line on these two wires. So I'm going to get to it, and then I'll catch back up with you guys. Alright, so we got all our spade connectors on here with some shrink wrap. I've already got one of the relays put in line here, but I wanted to walk you guys through how to wire these in. So the relays are going to have two terminals, one labeled something, this one's B, but they're always going to have an L or a load side to them. The load line goes back into the wiring harness up here, and the other terminal is the terminal that's on the side that plugs into this little control box down in here. So load goes back into the harness and up to the switch and out to the lights. I just hit this with some Sharpie so you guys could see the markings on it, because they're pretty much impossible to read on this camera otherwise. So I'm going to get these wired in. I'm going to cover the spade connectors up here with some electrical tape just so they don't bounce onto the frame here. I don't think it'll be an issue, but I don't want the chance of any shorts in here. So we're going to tape those off once they're on there for some added protection, and then we'll give it a test. So, a couple of updates. We got the appropriate size shrink wrap on here now. The other stuff was just a little bit too big, so it was slipping around, so I swapped that out. I got some electrical tape on the connectors themselves just to isolate them, and then I taped these together so that when I just tuck them down in here, we don't run into issues with them just flopping around and cracking or anything, though I doubt we're going to run into that issue. I might even zip tie them or tape them to one of these frame bars here, but we'll see. But moment of truth. Oh, did you look at that? Blinks like a charm. Turn that one off, hit the other one, and we've got functional turn signals. And something I just learned today, so I didn't know this about Sportsters, but if you see this little thing on here where it has hazards plus left, pretty sure that one says hazards plus right. If you press and hold both of these turn signals, the left one and the right one at the same time, it'll blink hazard lights, which is a feature I did not know these bikes had. So super cool. We're gonna get that all buttoned up, and that's actually the only thing I needed to be under the seat for. So I'm gonna put the seat back on, and then we're gonna relocate those turn signals. Yep, we'll be back. All right, so we got the top nut out of the triple tree here, or top bolt, sorry. And then I removed the mirror stands. We got the light free hanging here. I went ahead and wrapped the exposed wire in electrical tape because I'm crazy and don't like exposed wires. This kit that I got, I'll link it down in the description. It's awesome. The only problem is it doesn't come with the hardware to go in here into these housings. And what it is it's a 5/16 fine thread. I got a boatload of 5/16 bolts sitting around, but I don't have any fine thread ones, so we took the old motor, or the old light mounts, and we just chopped the pivot ball off of them, and we're going to stick those in there and make it work. So thanks, Brian, for chopping those off for me. I'm going to get all this together, and then we'll circle back. so we got the turn signals relocated, and I think they look really good right there. Try not to blind myself for Brian with that headlight anymore, and they still blink, so that's good. So I really like that kit. The only complaint I have, and this is sort of a nature of the thing, you've got to mount it to the triple tree and get these tightened down in the right spot, and then mount the lights on. And again, we had to fabric cobble some hardware. We actually cut the old hardware that mounted them up here and used sections of that to mount it in there. But I think it looks really good. I think there is the danger of ramming those into the tank, but I mean, that's a danger anytime we put the lights there. Maybe at some point I'll extend them down and put them on the lower triple tree and just swap their location. But I really like them kind of centered and in line almost perfectly with the headlight. Gives it a nice aggressive sort of look. So, wow, I think I've exhausted the things that I can do to this poor bike today, aside from maybe some more cleaning and potential like rewiring and stuff. But overall, we're getting there. The rest of my parts should be getting here today. Unfortunately, by the time I left the house to come down here, the mirrors, mirrors, levers, some other crap that I had ordered to go in here. None of it got delivered. Just the turn signal relocation stuff and the relays. So, hey, at least, we got to do a good turn signal job here. And now it's all up and running. And Brian's over here just cranking away on this. He's working on a new fan mount system for the radiator. And we'll get that all wired in. And he'll be pretty darn close to done with this bike.
Yep.
So that's exciting. So I think I'm going to help him out with some of that and clean up my station here because it's a fucking mess. And you know it's bad when the lift under Brian's bike is significantly cleaner than the lift under my bike. So we'll get that all picked up, and yeah, might have some final thoughts on it or get it down at appropriate human level, and then see how it looks there. We're wrapping up here for the day. Got the lights mounted. Got this cowl back on here. We're gonna paint and or powder coat that black. Same with this gas cap because I'm too cheap to buy a replacement one. I'm going to black out these turn signal housings. Probably not the back ones because I think they look cool. But these, since they're on black mounts, and hopefully eventually get black hardware to go here. Sort of unify that look there. Now we're just we're waiting on tools to tear into the primary down there. And once we get into that, we'll see just how dickered it is. But should be good. Getting there. Brian's bike's coming really close to being done. Little update since the last time we talked. Look, there's no more gouges in this. It's all nice and pretty. It's like some asshole didn't stand there and just watch it fall to the bottom of the paint booth while the poor dude painting it just looked on in terror. So looking good. We're getting there. Brian fabricated these cool freaking clips for his fans for his radiator. They're all stapley looking, super neat. All right, see you guys in the next one.